Hi, as promised, I am going to make a quick video going over the difference between theoretical and experimental probability. All right, so let's start with theoretical. Oh, wow. That is way too thick. All right, so theoretical probability. So for this, it's going to be, the expected probability of an event, or you can also think about it as how often I expect an event to occur out of the possible outcomes, right? So another way is to think about is what should happen before I actually perform an experiment, trial, or simulation. All right, so for that, let me zoom out just a little bit. Have that go away. All right, so you want to think about things like, so let's say dice. All right, so for dice, I have, all right, let's think about rolling a 1. Or let's just say rolling a 2. All right, so the probability of that, there's only 1 2. And there are 6 sides. All right, so we can also think about, let's say, rolling an even number. All right, so I'm not actually rolling it. It's just, what do I expect to happen? So how many numbers on a dice are even? A die are even. So 3, because we have 2, 4, 6. So 3 numbers are even, and then 6 numbers are on the dice. And you can simplify that to 1/2 because you can divide both of those by 3. So I haven't rolled the dice. It's just, what do I think will happen, or what are my chances of this event actually happening, this actually coming true? So let's also think about, let's say, a spinner. So let me draw a spinner really quickly. There you go. Sorry. Let's break this up just a little. Yeah, I think that's fine. All right, so let's fill it in with, let's say, red, green, and let's pick another one. How about yellow? All right, so spinner. All right, so for our spinner, let's say the chance of landing on green. So this is a half. The yellow is a half. The red is a quarter, and then the green is a quarter. So my probability of landing on green is going to be what? So if it's a quarter, it's going to be 1/4, because the green takes up a quarter. I know there are 3 options, but you can also think of it as there are 2 pieces of yellow. But when I think about 2/4 of yellow, I still would say yellow is 1/2, right? So we'd say technically it's 2/4, but we want to put 1/2 because that's our simplified fraction. All right, so that is theoretical. Now let's do some experimental probability. All right, so experimental probability is my results of what actually happens after I've done my experiment. So the chance or probability based on the results of my trials, experiments, or simulations. All right, so let's do, how about we do dice again? All right, so let's say I'm going to write in a different color. Let's say I rolled a dice, let's say 30 times. So I just need to make a quick table. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, and I've landed on, I need to pick another color. 1, let's make something quick. 7, 8. That's 15 total. Let's say 5. That makes it 20. And then 2. And then 3. So that gives me 25. Right. 5, 5, 10 plus 15. Actually, no. Give me 1 second. I do not want to mess up my math. That gives me 30. Sorry. That gives me 30. All right. So my total is 30. Sorry this looks so wonky. I'm trying to make it look a little bit better. It looks all right. We'll just roll with it for now. All right, so my experimental. So for experimental, you're always going to have like data. So usually we're going to give you like a table or some indication of the data that we collected. So usually it'll be in a table. I don't think we'll give it to you in any other form. So it should always be a table if we give you data when we're doing like experimental. So experimental of landing a ... of a 5. All right, so I got a 5 how many times? All right, 2 of, that's 30 total, and I can simplify that to 1/15. All right, how about of a 2 or 3? All right, so that's 7 plus 8, and then that's over 30, and that is 15 over 30, and you can simplify that to 1/2. All right, and then let's pick of a 6. So landing on a 6. I landed on 6 3 times. So that's 3 over 30, which is 1/10 because 3 goes into each of those. So hopefully that clears it up just a little bit better. I know I only did dice, but this should give you a better idea of the difference between theoretical and experimental. If you can differentiate between those two and you know how to simplify your fractions, the calculator will really help you. You should be real good for the test. So, bye. Hopefully this helped.